So 2021 has been a little bit slow with games, but 2022 is shaping up to be an absolutely insane year for gaming. Welcome back, my friends, to another video here on the channel. Today, I want to talk about everything we can expect going into 2022 because there's a lot. It's pretty huge. And there's going to be a variety of games coming in 2022 that have, either they were already scheduled for 2022 or either they were supposed to come out this year in 2021, but they got pushed off to 22. We got just kind of a little bit of a mixture of games, and there's honestly a lot. It's kind of overwhelming, honestly. So I found a couple different lists online of the games that are supposed to come out in 2022. Keep in mind, there's games that were supposed to come out in 2021 and they didn't. They got pushed off to 22. So there is always that chance with some of these games. I think a lot of these are pretty set in stone. Some of them maybe less so. Maybe they'll get pushed off to 2023. But there's a lot, and I kind of want to talk about. I'm going to go through the list. I'm going to touch a little bit more on certain ones that I'm really excited about. And, we're just going to talk about that here. But first, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to stick around. We do a variety of gaming content. We talk about the games, we play the games. So if you do enjoy this video, leave it a like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you guys are new. And so 2022, we got Elden Ring at the very beginning, which I'm like on the fence about because I'm really excited about the game in and of itself. But I'm really, really bad at really tough games like that. If you guys have been around the channel for a little bit, even just for the past, year-ish, I started Demon Souls on the channel. I never finished it. I love the game. It's just really difficult. And I don't do well at those kind of games. Same thing with like Bloodborne and games like that. I never really got really far into them because they're kind of difficult for me. So Elden Ring is apparently going to be set for January 21st, 2022. Apparently the devs are pretty confident in that release date and all that good stuff. I'm not going to spend too much time on some of these. Pokemon Legends Arceus for the Nintendo Switch. Now, this is kind of a perfect time to mention that I have a Nintendo channel where I just kind of post Nintendo content only to that channel. So if you guys ever want to check out my Nintendo content, if you're wondering why you don't ever see Nintendo from me, it's because it's all on its own channel because I'm a big Nintendo fan. Really excited about this one. It's more like an open world kind of, Pokemon game that's set sort of, I guess, in the ancient past. It's actually set in the same region as Diamond and Pearl, which we're getting later this year in 2021, remakes of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So that's kind of interesting in and of itself as well. So Arceus seems like a pretty crazy open world game. Hopefully that's going to be amazing. January 28th, I'm going to be playing that over on my Nintendo channel, like I said. We got a bunch of other games that I'm not going to mention. I'm going to try to focus on the bigger stuff. Rainbow Six Extraction, that was supposed to come out this year. Got delayed, of course, until 2022. We don't have an exact date. They're saying January, I believe, but we don't have an actual date. WWE 2K22, I thought it would be worth mentioning that really quick because it was kind of interesting to a lot of people that got kind of pushed off a little bit. Starfield is going to be coming out in, I believe it's November of 2022, November 11th. It gave a pretty solid release date on that. Then we have a lot of stuff that doesn't really have a set in stone release date. We have Destiny 2 The Witch Queen that we are getting February 22nd, if I recall correctly, is the date for that one, which I'm really pumped about. If you guys, again, have been around the channel for a while, I'm a massive Destiny fan. I'm really excited about The Witch Queen. If you're not familiar with the Destiny universe, basically every single year they drop a large expansion, and then throughout the year they drop smaller kind of seasonal updates where they'll have a season. So there's 4 seasons, each lasting three months. And with the seasons, they tell a little bit more story. But with the bigger expansions, which is what the Witch Queen is going to be, we got a substantial change to the meta, to the universe. We got new locations, maybe returning locations. For Beyond Light, we got the Cosmodrome returned from Destiny 1. Different things like that. It's pretty exciting. So I'm really pumped. And I said in some other videos that it seems like Bungie's really been heading in the right direction with Destiny 2. And they've been really taking in all the community feedback and making it a really, really good game that's just continuing to move forward and build upon itself. So I'm really excited about the direction that Destiny is headed in. Moving on from that, we got a few different ones like Ghostwire Tokyo and whatnot. Monster Hunter Rise, which was only on Switch, is actually coming to PC sometime early in 2022. Sifu, I'm not actually sure how to pronounce it. A lot of people are excited about that. Not really totally up my alley, but an interesting game nonetheless. Apparently, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, I believe, is supposed to come early in 2022 as well, which is sort of like a spin-off, kind of it's its own thing, but it's sort of a spin-off from the Borderlands franchise. If you know Tina from Borderlands, it's kind of like her little spin-off game, I guess, or whatnot. Looks very, very interesting in and of itself as well. So we have different games like that. We have Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which I was told when I reacted to that one that there was other Avatar games that I wasn't aware of. I don't know. The game looked pretty cool to me. I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't know how the past games were. But this game, when we seen the trailer, it looked very interesting to me at least. And I was very intrigued. I was very excited for that. So we got that coming as well sometime in 2022. Moving on from that, we have Forspoken, which looks like a pretty interesting game that is supposed to come out for PC and PS5 sometime in 2022. We don't really know exactly when, but it looks like a pretty interesting game. God of War Ragnarok, which I don't even know. It's weird because they didn't really officially say it was called Ragnarok. I think they actually said that we haven't titled it yet, but it's probably going to be called God of War Ragnarok. I don't see why not. Obviously coming to PlayStation only. Sometime in 2022 is the idea. Will it be actually a 2022 release? I don't know. That's a game that I see that there's a potential that maybe it could get pushed off to 23, depending. You never know. Of course, another one that got pushed off that was supposed to be 2021 was Horizon Forbidden West. We were supposed to get that one this year. We ended up not getting that game this year, which a lot of people knew that was not going to happen. We just knew. They were saying, yeah, it's coming out later, 2022. No release date yet. And then recently at Gamescom, they said, yeah, it's coming out February. So we can look forward to that one in February of 2022. I believe the release date, February 18th is the date. Yeah, that's it. February 18th. Moving on from that, we got Gran Turismo 7, which I've been looking forward to because I really hope it goes back to kind of the fundamentals. I haven't really been in the Gran Turismo for a while, since like the second game. I played a lot of 1 and 2 on the PS1. I played a little bit of 3. I think 3 was on the PS2 if I recall correctly, right? But I played a lot of Gran Turismo 1 and 2. I mean, like a good amount, but not many of the other entries since then. So I'm hoping 7 kind of re-peaks my interest. Kind of looking for that. Hogwarts Legacy. I'm super, super, super pumped about this one. This game looks like it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I love the Harry Potter world. It's just, I just love that stuff. I'm a huge fantasy fan, like a massive fantasy fan. I love fictional fantasy kind of worlds and whatnot. So that's what I was saying earlier too about Elden Ring and Demon Souls and whatnot. I love the worlds. I really do. It's right up my alley as far as, you know, the genre goes. But when you take the gameplay into it, that's where I kind of struggle a little bit. But yeah, so the Hogwarts Legacy, really excited about that. Obviously set in the past before the Harry Potter, you know, era, if you will, and whatnot. And it just looks really cool. You get to be your own wizard and whatnot. So I'm really excited about that one personally. Moving on from that, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel. I mean, I cannot even begin to explain how excited I am for this one. This one's going to be really, really good. A lot of people have been anticipating this game. A lot of people were thinking that it was going to come out in 2021. I was pretty sure it was not going to come out this year. I said pretty early on, even before they announced Skyward Sword HD, that Skyward Sword HD was going to be a 2021 release, and that the 22 release would be Breath of the Wild sequel. So don't know if it's going to be early or late though. I'm wondering if it's going to end up getting launched close to Horizon Forbidden West, because Horizon Forbidden Zero Dawn, the first game, and Breath of the Wild's first game launched almost, I think, a week apart or whatnot. And that kind of actually is the reason I didn't play Horizon Zero Dawn until a little bit later, because I was so focused on Breath of the Wild. Because again, I'm a massive Nintendo fan and an even bigger Zelda fan. My two favorite franchises of all time, The Legend of Zelda and Kingdom Hearts. So I'm going to be definitely playing that over on my Nintendo channel. Going to be making some guides as well. I made a bunch of guides for the first game that did phenomenal. Actually, one of the guides was my first 1 million viewed video on YouTube, which is crazy to me. So I'm really excited about that. It's just going to be a great time. So if you want to check that out, it's going to be again over on the Nintendo channel. There's so much more I can say about that, but for sake of time, we're just going to leave it at that. Lord of the Rings Golem. That's supposed to come out in 2022 sometime. Looks very interesting. I want to know more about it. Again, you know, I love the fantasy worlds, right? So that's, again, right up my alley. And really looking forward to see a little bit more about that game. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. for the Nintendo Switch. The first game was pretty good. I didn't get to finish it because I'm really bad at it. And when I got really far into the game and it started getting a little bit more difficult, I'm just really bad at tactical games, like really bad. But I love the world that Ubisoft created in collaboration with Nintendo with Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. And Sparks of Hope looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks really, really fun. And hopefully I can get Kingdom Battle done before Sparks of Hope comes out so we can jump into that as well. Of course, we have some smaller games, Metal Slug Tactics, which I really wish was just a normal Metal Slug game. Different things like that. The Outer Worlds 2 coming to PC and Xbox Series X. Party Animals, which looks like a pretty fun game as well, coming to PC, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, etc. Plague Tale Requiem coming to PC, Xbox Series X, PS5, and Switch, which is kind of crazy. The Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake, which I don't know how much hype there is around it. I'm not really sure. You can let me know in the comments section below. But another game that maybe some people are excited about. So a bunch of different things like that. We have Skull and Bones, which has been like, I don't even know if that game's ever coming out at this point. That's been delayed and pushed off and reworked, and I don't know what's up with that game. So apparently maybe it's a 2022 game. Splatoon 3. Now, again, we're going back to the Nintendo channel here because this is a game that from the very first one, I have been such a massive fan of. I've been such a huge fan of the Splatoon franchise, the series. When the second one came out on the Nintendo Switch, I grinded that quite a bit. I even started playing ranked. I'm not a competitive player in games usually, multiplayer games, but I got into the competitive a little bit until I broke a controller, and then I was like, yeah, I should probably just go back to casuals. Anyways, I got up to like S+ rank or something, and then I was like, that's when it got super sweaty and I got really frustrated over that game. But Splatoon 3, I'm so pumped about. That's such a great game. If you've never played it, you got to try it, guys. I'm telling you, you got to try it. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. The Suicide Squad game is also going to be coming out sometime as well in 2022. And that's going to be pretty exciting stuff as well. So again, all in all, we got a lot of really good games. I think I actually skipped over this one earlier. My apologies. Gotham Knights. I was looking at the title and I forgot to mention it. Gotham Knights is definitely a really intriguing game. It's a 4-player kind of Batman-style game where you play as the Gotham Knights. And that game, when it first got revealed, really intrigued me. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more about that game and getting hands-on with it as well when it comes out. It should be good. Saints Row, the reboot. It's not really called the reboot, but it is the reboot. They're just calling it Saints Row, which got a bunch of mixed reception. Yeah, that one's another one that's, I guess, it's kind of like, I don't know where people stand on it. You know what I mean? For me personally, I didn't really play a ton of the first 3 games, so I'm kind of indifferent to it. I can see why some long-term fans would be a little frustrated maybe, and they feel like it's not the direction they were hoping. But at the same time, it doesn't look like a bad direction either. I guess time will tell. It just got revealed. We're going to have to wait to see a little bit more on that game as well. So moving on from that, this is one that I'm actually really excited about. I haven't played a ton of the Lego games, but Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga looks really, really good. It looks like a lot of fun, and I'm really excited for this game, man. I mean, what can I say? It's, it's the entire Lego, the entire Star Wars saga in Lego format, it just looks great. And there's always this comedic aspect to it. They released a new trailer at the Gamescom 2021 stream recently, and it just looked so great, man. It just looks so great. I mean, I can't wait for that. That's going to be really, really fun as well. So all in all, there's a few, like I said, there's a bunch of like other kind of games mixed in there that I didn't really mention. Maybe some games that I'm less familiar with. Lots of great games. Lots of games to look forward to in 2022. I don't know, man. It's going to be crazy. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you are looking forward to the most from this list. Of course, we have some 2023 stuff. We already know that Destiny 2 has like the next 3 years planned. Late fall in 2023. Of the final shape, I believe it was called, for the 2024 even. We got some other games that we don't really know, like the Elder Scrolls 6. We don't know when that's coming out. But Bayonetta 3 is another one, right, where we don't know. You know, there's a bunch of different ones. Beyond Good and Evil 2, you know, Diablo 4, Dragon Age 4, Fable 4, Fallout 5, Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2, which I'm super, super pumped about. I cannot wait for that game. It's going to be crazy. I loved Part 1 so much, and I just can't wait for Part 2. Who knows when that comes out? Final Fantasy 16. That's another one. Like, when are we going to see that? Forza Motorsport, the next one in the series. I think it's 7, right? Is that going to come out next year, the year after? There's another one right there. GTA 6, of course, is a huge one everybody's waiting for. Indiana Jones game that got announced. Mass Effect 5, you know, Metroid Prime 4, we don't even know. Overwatch 2, Persona 6, Project 007. Like, there's a bunch. Skate 4, which is not really called Skate 4. They're not calling it anything right now. But that's another one. I mean, there are so many different ones that I'm just looking at. You know, State of Decay 3, Streets of Rage 4. Like, all these different games, man. There's a Ubisoft Star Wars game that got announced. Like, when is that going to come out? There's a bunch of stuff. The Witcher 4, right? That's another one. There's a lot of different games coming out that, you know, we don't know anything. Those could come out in 2022. Some of them could. Some of them maybe 2023 and beyond. I don't know. Lots of games to look forward to, man. It's a great time to be a gamer. Kind of an expensive time to be a gamer, but it's still a great time to be a gamer. So let me know what you guys think about all these games, all these great, fantastic games to look forward to in the comments below. What are you most excited for? Give me like your top 3. You can give me your top 5 even if you want. Again, there's so many I'm pumped for, man. I don't even know where to begin. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys soon. Another one. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you guys soon for a lot of gaming content. Till then, game on.